All right, guys. It is the morning, and we're getting out of here. Dog just went potty. Good girl. We're gonna wait until the next truck stop to. Actually, I'm gonna wait till they pull out, but I'm gonna wait until the next truck stop to feed her and get breakfast and all that. And yeah, they got those prison toilets here in Colorado. All right, so we got about 4 hours to go. We'll easily be able to drop today. We would have been able to get here in the morning, but that tire blowout really set us back a couple hours. The coolest part about Colorado is the turbo noises. So obviously the air density is different here in Colorado when you're in high altitude. And Bertha, you guys know how I like to chug along. Like, I'll keep my foot, 50% throttle, usually around 14 to 1600 RPMs. That's how I run my truck. But the turbo, anything under, if I'm climbing a grade at anything under 60, you can hear it stuttering. I'll try to see if I can get a good visual of it up here. But it's just high altitude and a really small charger. There you go. Yeah, see, Bertha just had, it's a small turbo, so a ton of torque. And I could sit here at 55 all day, but I don't usually go over 50% throttle. Yeah, see, the EGTs are high too. Usually they don't go over 12. Oh, I guess they're coming down, but yeah, they don't usually go over 1300. Going down this little grade here. All right, ain't gonna bug you guys too much with this, but I just, I shut the truck off for a little bit because it's actually nice. It's 29, but it's still nice. So we're on a downward slope now, so I can get the rest of the fuel out of the aux tank, but this should be the last you guys see of this. We don't have any blowouts, or didn't yet. We have an hour and 19 minutes to go, and we should be able to do this without having any more blowouts. So we're a little dirty. Bertha's definitely leaking oil out of that rear main, so we're gonna have to get that done ASAP. So once we get back, that is gonna be the first thing we're tackling. We're pulling Bertha's trans, and that billet flex plate is going in. Then we should be good for a while. All right, tight up this hill. Gets close back here, close here. This is a tight one. Move the pole. Tight street with a crew cab long bed. 4 low is helping out here a lot. All right, so sitting across the O'Reilly's, the Walmart, we got food, and don't worry, it's not piss, it's pre-workout. Went and got oil, so I got full synthetic, Mobil 1, and a Mobil 1 filter, and a Wix fuel filter. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the Baldwin like Fisher's has back home, but Wix is claiming 7 microns, so I'm going to run the Wix until we get back home to do the FAS. We should have everything to install the FAS, and yeah, I got to get everything on order for the turbo and whatnot, but the FAS is going to be the main thing, and then no more fuel filter. Oh, the fuel bowl delete, that's right. I got to order that. But other than that, let me get out here, and we're going to do a filter change. Also, if you guys hear that. Yeah, when I start this thing back up, we're not shutting it back off. I don't know if it's a battery issue or what. I took the thingy up there, the wire, and just touched it to the battery, and it starts right up. So I don't know. I think we're going to need a starter here soon. All right, so if you don't have a funnel, I just did the oil change, all that. Cut the top off of an ATF quart, and then you'll have a funnel. I didn't want to make a mess. For some reason, definitely think we're going to need a starter. Yeah, because it just... Oh, okay, we got it. If it ever doesn't start, come in here, take this wire, pull it off, put a wire in it, and just touch it to the battery until it cranks over. Hazel sees a dog. Dog's behind there. Right there. There's the dog. Let's go see the dog. Yeah. Dog ran over there. I thought for a second, no, we don't need that luck. Too many sick there, you know what I mean? But no, there's 4, not 3, so we should be good. We're filling up Bertha now. I don't know where we're going next, but it looks like we're working on one from Texas to Cali. If I get that one, it's gonna be super tight. I gotta be back on the 18th at like 8 in the morning. So, cause she's got an appointment, we're getting the Honda tinted, got a dentist appointment the day after. So, it's freezing too. It is 30. So I didn't think it would ever happen to me, but I've only ever seen this truck online. Like, I've seen videos of this, but that's crazy. Look at, how the hell does he not get, wow. Truck drivers, man. I wonder what color his turbine is. All right, so it's absolutely cold as shit, but we're filling up with mud flap. I got it for $3. Might actually be $2.98 because I direct debit it from the bank account. If I'm running loads, here's how I do my, I'm gonna show you guys this here in a minute. I'm gonna show you guys how I decide if I'm gonna debit my loads or if I'm gonna use credit. But you can see it's $3.09 here, so technically we get, I think, a 12-cent discount. It's nothing crazy, but it's better than, you know what I mean? It's better than what I was getting. Like if I were to go fill it up there, it's like, that's an extra 12 cents. If I fill this whole aux tank, I'm gonna save quite a bit of money. God, it is cold out here. It is 9 degrees. So yeah, what I was saying was how I decide on if I'm gonna use direct debit right from the bank account or if I'm gonna use a credit card. Generally, if I don't have a load or anything like that and I've already dropped or I haven't dropped yet, I'll direct debit it because I don't want to go into debt over not having any loads. Because right now we're having issues. But when I'm running loads specifically, I'll just pick one of my cards and I will specifically use that one to run until we drop. And then when I get paid, I pay it off. But it's one of those, it keeps me from having to direct debit, you know what I mean, $1,500 to $3,000 out of the account. So if I'm physically running a load, I will pick one card, I'll put it in mud flap, and I will use that one card for fuel, food, showers, all that. And then as soon as the money comes in, or if it's a COD, I will, you know what I mean, pay it off. Worst case scenario, it's like if I don't get paid on the spot and it's like I have to wait until I go back to get paid, then it's just, I'll just rack up the next one. Whoa. I was wondering what the deal was. Look how slow that thing's going. Oh, we're gonna be here a minute. Oh, I forgot to piss too. But yeah, that's my method on it. I mean, I could direct debit everything if I wanted to. It's just, I really don't want to do that. But use mud flap, it saves you some money. So I went in and pissed. I was at 3/4 of a tank and we're still not even at full. It is so cold, it's affecting the pumps. So we're driving down the road. We got the cops up there. I just got out of Wendy's. And my whole center console, I heard some popping and smoking and all of this. And this thing decided it wanted to catch on fire. It's definitely warm. And yeah, it started smoking. So, fuck off. Yeah, it started smoking and caught on fire. So I don't know what that was about. So I just took the wire down here. I'm just gonna set these down here. Same thing with this one. Actually, you know what? With that one, I'm gonna take that off too. I'm gonna take both those nubs off, but that's why I did it the way that I did it. I didn't expect my inverter to just catch on fire. So now I gotta go to like Walmart or something and buy another one. I mean, I got my use out of it, I guess, but I'm so glad I did these stubs here, because imagine if I had to just leave them under there. I think this was a good idea. I just don't have the, I don't feel like breaking everything out on the side of the damn highway. I was gonna unplug it from the truck, but up front, but it is what it is. All right, so found out why the inverter went the way that it did. So we're lucky that we have fuses. See, I fused my stuff right here, but the inverter, unfortunately that wire's not fused. I got my headlight under there. So what ended up happening, mind you, this has been done for months. So this wire, you can see that arc mark right there. This wire on the left pulled out and touched the toolbox. Now the toolbox apparently is a ground, which I didn't realize that. I don't know how it's a ground, but it is. So maybe it's because it's touching the skid or whatnot. I don't know. Could be a few reasons it's a ground. But basically, after so many thousands of miles and bumps, this wire ended up pulling out. So I pulled everything out, fixed it and all that. This touched that, burnt that fuse out. And yeah, I mean, luckily it wasn't nearly as bad. Now, I do want to put a fuse between this and here, knowing that that can happen. So when we get back, I will absolutely do that. But yeah, so now this works again. Nothing's blown up, our lights just went out. So we're gonna get cleaned up here. That was, it was a simple fix. It took me about half an hour to pull everything apart, take it down. But yeah, it's one of those, I mean, I'll take blame for it. It is what it is, but man, these bumps out here, if you guys have ever pulled a trailer out west, or even like through the middle of America, it's absolutely god-awful. And yeah, those bumps will get you. So unfortunately, it is what it is. The other ones seem tight. It's one of those, like, I've never had one pull out before, but it happened. So we should be good now to get rolling. I saw it and I'm like, I could have just left it go and just let it have a blown fuse in it, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna need it at the worst time. I'm not in any hurry right now, so we got another 1,000-ish miles to go and then we're headed home. Also, for you guys wondering, it snowed and rained and all this and that, and the welder still fires up and does what it needs to do. I fired it up earlier, but no water in the in anything, no frozenness, nothing. So there we go. Pulling on it to make sure. So it just sucks. Like, you can see it's gonna do that a lot. So I zip tied them all together. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but I will be better prepared next time. Initially, the whole reason that I stopped was because I wanted to clean this center console up, because I dumped a whole bunch of pre-workout in there by accident. Like, I had the funnel here and it fell over and there was pre-workout everywhere and it was bothering the shit out of me. So I stopped to clean it, and the reason I caught it was because I went back, I'm like, I'm gonna turn the switch on so I can start the truck, and then I saw that and I was like, oh fuck. And then I saw the arc mark and I was like, really, oh fuck. But this whole thing in here just started smoking and this guy caught on fire. This thing stinks. So I'll get a new inverter. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, I just got to realize that these roads fucking suck, and that I got to do a little bit better on crimping, because like, I beat the shit out of them with a hammer and that crimper, but apparently not enough. All right, it is ungodly cold here in Indiana. Where's my key? Oh, I think I locked the door with my key. Yeah, I did. That would have sucked. Oh man, yeah, we are almost ready to pick up, and then we are headed home after this. I got a bunch of appointments to make. Honda's getting tinted. I gotta go outside the gate, and then yeah, because we're technically not supposed to be in here, but gotta do what you gotta do, because nobody answers their phone here. I do not like running Indiana, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, let's hopefully not have to do this again for. So this place is confusing as shit, right? So it basically says no trucks behind gate, right? But then you see a bunch of trucks. So apparently transport trucks are not allowed behind gate. Then you get up to the door and it says employees only. So you have to be lucky enough to catch one of the forklift guys while they're out running. It's an absolute shit show. Nobody answers the phone. So I drove my truck back there because the other guy said he did as well. The first place yelled at me. There's 4 buildings, and I'm supposed to be at building 501. And I get in there, and I finally got to talk to somebody. Dude's cool as shit. I even was the one who put the garage door down because it was fucking, I feel bad for the dude out here running a forklift. It is 20 degrees and a little bit windy. It's cold. So now we're gonna wait until it comes out. We gotta do this PDI report, DPU. Yeah, we gotta do all that. And that way, if anything happens to the camper, it's my fault, not theirs. So I'm gonna quickly fill the tank and wait for this camper. Hopefully it comes quick because I want to get out of here. All right, so it is way too cold to care about showing you guys what we got, but it's a 28-foot trailer, super small, kind of like the same thing he got, I think, except a little shorter. So I got to go verify the VIN and then drop it down and get out of here. It's too cold, but that dude's been here for like an hour now PDIing that unit. I'm like, I don't do that. I grab my pictures and I get the fuck out. It is way too cold for this. Maybe if it was like, I don't know, 50 out, 70 out, whatever, but he's been down there for a while. But this is what we got. I got her all hooked up. They told me keys will be in the water heater. I don't even care to check. All that's hooked up good. We got our chains, we got everything. So let's get the fuck out of here. We're heading home. I'm gonna pull the mirrors out. Oh, I can't even get my hand on the mirrors, so I don't even care enough to do it. So my thing actually updated. It's actually 4 degrees and windy, so yeah. But we're getting fuel in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna throw another 350 bucks at it, and then we are headed to the shop, drop the camper off, and then I'm gonna pick up my car, and then we will be taking this on late Wednesday to Maine. So I gotta find a load. Hopefully we find something out of Maine. All right, so nothing interesting happened. Like I said, it's a simple camper, nothing crazy. So I just gotta find the keys for the Honda so I can leave. So we're just gonna park this thing in front of the shop so I can transfer everything over because we're not taking this thing until Friday. But as you guys can see, 1,150 minutes. So we've been moving. By that I mean we've been idling a lot. So I'm gonna probably park it like, I don't even know why I'm going this way. I'm gonna go over there and back it in, but yeah. Oh, and then, so we did 559 miles today. So from pickup to the shop, and then again, we're gonna drop the truck and the trailer, transfer everything over, and then take the Honda home. All right, so once we drop that camper in Maine, apparently it needs to be dropped on Friday, not Thursday. So I fucked up on my dates. So we got to find something this week coming back from Maine. And you guys remember in the last video where I was like, I couldn't find the key, so I pushed this thing out. It was right here the entire time. So I felt stupid, but it is what it is. I'm going to share my stupidity with you guys. I did end up tearing the whole car apart, my truck apart, everything, trying to find it. So those I said about in the last video. Someone warned me about these. They like to crack around here, so I might go around them with the welder. And then we got the airbag kit. And in the next couple videos, you guys are going to see a bunch of cool shit. We are going to be getting Josh's stuff out. We were able to work with the warranty company, and we're going to be dropping this thing off to get fixed. So Josh will have his truck. The billet flex plate will be here Friday. This charger, everything for this should be in by the end of the month so that we can put on the VGT. This is a $3,000 turbo, so I'm trying to be super careful with it, but VGT swap. And then we also had, so we had the one-piece drive shaft. And actually, yeah, I think that's, there was one other big thing I was supposed to do with the truck. Oh, we are going to start making intake horns as well. I didn't tell you guys that. Now, everybody and their brother has their way of doing these TIG welding, and I kind of wanted to go like my rough method. You guys can see I have a bunch of pipes here. I would like to make my own, but my own kind of style, like that rugged but efficient, you know what I mean? I also know quite a few fabricators that could help me do them, but we were also talking about doing one on Josh's. But I wanted to, I don't know. I wanted to make something that nobody else has. It's kind of custom. It's like more so rugged, but works. So at the same time, I told Josh, I was like, hey, let's make you one as well. So we're thinking about it. Just making him one. Whether we do it or not, I was going to make intake horns and a bunch of other shit and this and that, but he's got the bigger charger. I'm going to have a bigger charger. So I get a bunch of questions about the billet flex plate and why I'm going to a billet flex plate when initially I said I didn't want to. So initially I didn't care. I was like, it's a Hotshot truck. It only makes 400 horsepower. We don't need a billet flex plate. We don't even need an upgraded flex plate because the stock one's good to about 500. I quit caring. You know what I mean? My logic was I would rather break a flex plate rather than an input shaft. But I've been slowly working with Randy's. I haven't really been working with them, but I'm trying to support Randy's more. So I bought a billet flex plate off of them. I have a turbo, a charger. Oh, that's right, the fast fuel system. So we have everything set up to make 600 horsepower on Bertha. Obviously, I'm going to tune it down for when I'm towing out on the road. But I'm going to run this truck until this transmission breaks, and then we are going with a full Randy's full manual valve body transmission. So that, I mean, there will be no replacements on that. We won't have to worry about flex plates ever again. Still get a bunch of comments about that. Guys, if you put this in wrong, it will not last 15,000 miles towing across the country. I can guarantee you that. It will shake immediately. So, yeah, this was just... That was kind of a trophy for me. Other than that, you guys get the gist. We're going to be putting some money into Bertha. This thing is going to tint tomorrow. I know the windshield's cracked, but I'm going to try to get them to tint it like way down here, and I'll replace the windshield later. I'm not super worried about it. But Bertha has just been an absolute workhorse. And I'm just, after 7 years of running trucks, you know what I mean, down at the other power level, I've been watching a lot of guys run power only or even with their own hotshot companies and making a ton of power with these things. So we're going to run the VGT first. And I know I said I wouldn't do it, but you guys have been kind of talking me into it. And as I get older, I kind of lose interest in a super loud, droney exhaust. So this is going to take some time. But I have been working with either diesel power products, I think it was, or ATS. One of those two, they sell kits that you can utilize the factory charger and throw an S475 over it. So we might even go that route down the road, but we will see. I want to see how reliable this charger is. Obviously, I want to get it cleaned up before we put it in. And when we do the intake horns, I'm going to be painting mine teal, but we'll see. I have a lot of cool stuff coming in the near future. And I hope you guys are interested in sticking around. Last message I have for you guys before I end this video out: we are restructuring everything to do with the shop. So whereas before I was taking I was taking most of the work that I get, and we're going to be changing that 100%. So if you are one of my regular customers or you have used me before in the past, you are grandfathered in. It doesn't matter. If you need something, I will be here to work on your shit. I've always been super picky which customers I have. But now, going forward, what I just said, grandfathered in for those people. Any new people that are coming in for work for me or any of that, I am only taking in projects that are at least 10 hours. So if you need a transmission replacement, I'll do injectors, you know what I mean, stuff like that. That's only, but mainly big stuff. There's no more, I'm not going to be doing no oil changes anymore, any of the small stuff. We are physically going to be focusing on a lot of the bigger stuff. If you need injectors, transmissions, clutches, dually swaps, turbos, head gaskets, like stuff like that, or big projects like 12 valve swaps and this and that. So we're going to be moving to that 100%. And the reason I'm going to do that is because honestly, it costs me way too much money to just open the shop to do an oil change for the day. As you know, as nice as it is to be able to help people out, I'm still going to be doing that for my regular customers. I have an oil change and fuel filter scheduled for Wednesday for a regular customer. So we're still going to be taking care of them. And any of the contracts I have with any of the other hotshots and the fleets and whatnot, we're still going to be doing them. I do want to start trying out some performance stuff for customers. Anything to do with fabrication stuff we can do, and anything to do with trailer repair, we're still going to do all of that. So, and I'm going to keep running Hotshot the way that I am. Unfortunately, the whole goal when I got this shop was to be able to quit Hotshot, and unfortunately, Hotshot pays me way too much money that I just need to keep doing it. And honestly, if Hotshot goes away, I have no need to have a diesel truck. And I've kind of realized that because every time I stopped, I just parked Bertha. And I want an excuse to have a diesel truck, so I'm gonna keep doing that. My goal for this year is to hit 400,000 miles on Bertha, like right on the dot. So that means I have to do at least 47,000 more miles this year, which we can easily do. It's still gonna be part-time. I'm still gonna be jumping back and forth between the shop and that. So I appreciate you guys for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Later.